Um, then we have the real estate. We all know real estate. It can be land, it can be you're dealing in houses, or you're buying a house, furnishing it, working on it and selling it off. But the common one here is buying plots and selling them. So, but even this one takes wisdom. Recently I had a friend of mine, we were traveling. I told me I want to leave this business, and I said I bought plots. 400 million is all tied here for a year. I've sold only 3 plots. But if you want to invest in real estate, you're advised to study the biggest class of people that you have and buy those plots that fit in. Right now it will be, if you have a 400 million plot and I have 40 plots of 10 million, I'll sell them faster than you. You can spend there without selling a 400 million plot, because how many people can afford that? So you invest wisely. And it also helps if you have a 50 million plot and I have 10 plots of 5 million each. If I have a need of 10, I can dispose of 2. But for you to get a 50 million buyer will also take you time. So as you invest, you learn and study the environment. How fast is the place growing? What kind of people am I targeting? And the class, and you'll be able to benefit from that. But if you just say, hey, Mwinaka sent the Canton plot, it will be there. Times it will stay for a year and it has not appreciated. Then we have the money markets, which are taking shape actually in our region, and people are understanding. Mole talked about money sitting on account. And I learned that actually big and rich people don't have fat accounts. Yes, because they know and they have what to use the money for. So they never allow their money to sit. If it comes, it is a week, it is going. They will never see them be has money for a year on his account. No. Why? They have understood that they need to accumulate and multiply their money. And she talked about it. If your money sits on an account for a year, if today you put 1 million in Jan and you withdraw again 1 million in December, you've actually withdrawn 950,000. Why? If you read our history, our past inflation rate has been 5%. So your money loses 5% every year. So if you put 10 million at the end of the year, if you've not invested it anywhere, it is 9.5. The next year it is 9. This is why every money must multiply. But we have ways which are safe and easier to invest in. We have bonds, we have government bonds and bills. The government bonds bills are the short term, and always progressively keep adding. And that little money grows. There are 100K every month. Will grow. In 5 years, you'll have ample money to start thinking of investing. So if you have it in the pocket, it will not reach home. Yet if you save it gradually, after 5 years, it will be a significant amount. So that is a discipline that we need to build if we are going to become investors and grow. As I conclude, we're supposed to aim at having income in excess. And there are people who are there now. They built businesses, they now have income excess. They have income in excess. Even if it's not there, this man is making this one is. We have. But if we are aiming at businesses, we grow businesses. After, we have more than enough that is coming from the businesses, and we are able to. And that is what now they use to build assets. That's why you see they are putting up a mall. People who are putting up malls are not looking for a cash flow, because return on investment on those malls is like 50 years, 100 years. So they are using excess income. They already have income in excess. Yeah, don't think the one you're seeing there putting a more, he's not looking for money to run him now. No. If you calculate his investment and what he's going to get, he'll find that that money will come back after 100 years. He'll not be there. But he's building from the excess incomes that he has. And that should be our aim. But like we moved through steps, we all grow. We start from struggling with the debts. How do we eliminate them? We learn to teach ourselves to save. We become self-employed. We live everywhere. But with the aim of growing and multiplying. So, to the 5, I've now put someone else that I'm monitoring as I slowly grow. But if you're doing it over and over, it means you're not growing. To me, as I conclude, our major aim should be to have stable cash flows. I've seen rich people that are struggling with the money, but they are rich. In other words, they have so many assets, but less cash flows. As we accumulate assets, we balance both. Yes, you can't have all your money in assets and you're sick and you don't have 5 million for a hospital bill with the land worth 600 million. It is possible. One time there's a gentleman when I was working in Ivan, and he was very wealthy. He had so many assets, worth billions actually. If you calculated his net worth, he was around 10 billion. They were going to arrest him. And he had a big junk. He couldn't sell it. It was worth like 2 billion. You can't get a 2 billion person. Why? He had not planned that even as I accumulate assets, I need a constant cash flow. Or I ought to maintain some money as cash. Like we said, we invest with wisdom and hope to grow. This is the little that I could deliver in these minutes. I hope we have picked 1 or 2 things that can be helpful for us in this 2026. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mark. For sure, you've talked about financial literacy. Yeah, because he talked about money, wealth, steps of financial freedom, where we have learned a lot. When you talked about to increase our value, I have my boss, Madame Daphne, ninchira kumugambaho akangira ngo when you're doing something, as long as it is small or big, let it be smart kandi kabe karungi kaba kamani. So when you talked about the increase of value, nareba ngo omuntu okokuba yemerire, that's how people value you. To improving ourselves, nko yakigamba buri muntu wena ko kubona kasente, twe twine ngamba yitu y'abasigazi omuntu kakubuza tukawabuza roti nkabona sente, because ko kubona sente hine level yokuzaho azo kutukira ku explaininga. If I've been within you level how kubori, sometimes you find now we are meeting Maka at Las Vegas where you don't go. So when you get money in a level yokutemba ukashanga ngo hati nabo ku meetinga abe batari level yawe. So we have learned a lot, and I think it will be helpful. We are really learning and we shall be transformed. Let us format our mindsets for better tomorrow. We are within our time. Konkana nyenda ku introducing all people who joined us. Abashanga twakoze introductions. You will tell us your names, where you come from, and what you do.